Okay, I think it's time for us to give credit where it's due. Whether you like Anime Last Stand or not, what they've been doing lately has been quite impressive. Now, if you don't know, in the past, I didn't even try to give Anime Last Stand the benefit of the doubt. Most things I said was usually hateful criticism, and I had a very poor, I'm talking about at the bottom opinion about Anime Last Stand. And after this past month of playing Anime Last Stand, my opinion has completely changed. I'm here to talk about that today, man. All right. So just before we get started with today's video, I just want to say sorry if I sound loud and quiet throughout this. My ears hurting, bro. I've been having an ear infection for the past week or two, and it's really been demotivated me to record. But you know what? I'm finna just take some Tylenol and just wing it, right? And then in my class, we had a assignment that required me to speak and everything. I'm stuttering, but I had to record and everything. And what she told me was that the use of my vocal toolbox was pretty strong. There was a lot of local variety, but she suggested that I should probably start slowing down and really work to project my voice more. So hey, this is just practice, all right? Even though it's completely irrelevant to the video, I just want to say that. Just let me know what you guys think, bro. I know I stutter a lot. It's just who I am. You know what? Enough of that. Let's get right into the video. The way I see Anime Last Stand now, compared to when Blamspot was the owner, I'm not throwing no shade to Blamspot, but when they were the owners, well, when Blamspot was the owner of Anime Last Stand, the game was going in a rough spiral down, right? They instead of taking a step forward, they kept taking a step backwards, if that makes sense, right? I mean, update 1 was kind of there, had 100k players. Other than that, we never seen that anywhere near that type of player count. All right, it's whatever. But ever since the Boston took over, Anime Last Stand has slowly started to get better, and I feel like Anime Last Stand is truly indeed in its prime right now, and it caters to a different audience. Yeah, there's hardcore tower defense games who want to, work on team building, this and that, and that's what Anime World Tower Defense is for. It caters to the audience. And another game that respectfully fits in that category would be Anime Vanguards as well. Their units have become pretty complex. They added PvP. There's a lot of team building. There's so many types of different familiars, and there's so many different combinations you can do to fully utilize your team and everything. So I feel like Anime Vanguards respectfully fits in that. But with Anime Last Stand, I don't know if I said already, but it's a fever dream. Anime Last Stand will always be a fever dream for those who don't have bread. Now, is that a bad thing? No. Anime Last Stand, anyone can just hop in this and have fun. You're getting plenty of resources. You're getting plenty of rerolls. I'm talking about, they throw them out like candy here. The gameplay loop is pretty simple. Just 3x speed. Who doesn't like 3x speed, bro? Who doesn't like quicker clears, all right? They have pretty much every single quality of life every other tower defense has, and it's really free to play friendly. Anime Last Stand might be number 1 when it comes to being free to play. You can farm for every single thing in this game without having to even spend a single dime. You can reroll and not having to sacrifice, oh, do I save for next update? Do I spend $100? No, man, it's there, right? Anime Last Stand, it just caters to a whole different audience. And I just want you guys to know that even if you are a returning player or you're a new player, it is really easy to catch up in Anime Last Stand. It is really quicker than you think it is, actually. When I came back, as you can see the video, I'm probably gonna link it somewhere. Pop-up icon now, pop up somewhere. But in that video, all I had was Glitch Gojo and Glitch Saitama. Those are my heavy hitters. Well, I thought they were heavy hitters, but turns out they were pretty bad. Because 1, my Gojo wasn't boosted, and 2, Saitama costs 7,500 to play, so there's no way I can effectively use them in any type of progressive game mode, right? So even with purple helping me out with those, I still struggle a lot, even having the best trait on these units. But it turns out that really, as a new player, all you need to do is focus on Ichigo, Asta, Kirito, and Yuno, and you will be set. With those 4 units, you could pretty much solo anything. I'm not even trolling with you. What I did to catch up to Anime Last Stand within like 4 days, I had an Overlord Ichigo, which isn't glitch, you know what I'm saying? Overlord is arguably one of the worst traits you can have for a godly, but my Ichigo wasn't godly at the time, or was he? I think he was getting there, but I had Overlord on him. I had Omnipotent, which is a bad enchant, for Ichigo because he's already light and plus his leader skill, this and that. You guys just have to see. I might just put it on the screen somewhere. I don't know it, but basically I had Overlord Omnipotent Ichigo, and I was able to pretty much catch up in a week with just that. You know, I didn't have any full elemental team, so having a Omnipotent Ichigo was pretty much all I had, bro. He was my whole team. But if you guys are trying to come at Anime Last Stand, I promise you, it will be alright, bro. So the progression in this game is not as bad as everyone makes it seem like. Oh, this is gonna take forever to do this, take forever to do that. Nothing in this game takes forever. Alright. I used to have a very poor opinion on Anime Last Stand. I'm pretty sure I shared the same opinion as those who still hate Anime Last Stand to this day. But the progression in this game is not as bad as people make it seem like. You get so many resources. Like I said earlier, you get so many resources that it is not funny. You can easily progress in this game. You can get to World 2 in 2 hours. All you gotta do is get Ichigo. He's a epic unit. You get Ichigo. You get like Overlord Avatar, whatever, right? You get like Weech as a heal unit. You do the raids, evolve Ichigo, and boom, you're going to World 2 already. It's that easy. It's that simple. And progressing in Anime Last Stand, it was actually pretty fun. I really can't lie, you know. And then another thing that a lot of people like to criticize is the power creep. Don't call me. I don't want to. I'm not saying you guys are wrong about the power creep, but I feel like you guys are over exaggerating just a tad bit when it comes to the power creep. The common thing that people say that when they criticize Anime Last Stand is that, oh, I hope you guys enjoy grinding for these units just for them to be useless. Next update, you know what I'm saying? That is completely false. I don't know who said that, but that is completely true. If anything, there might be like 1 or 2 units that are actually quote unquote meta from that update, right? Since I've been playing Anime Last Stand, their tier list has not changed drastically. All right, so just to prove a point here, you know, this tier list is from May 13th, 2025, as you can see. As you can see, their tier list is like this. They could take a quick look at it. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and go back to, you know, today's tier list. Here's a tier list not even a month later, you know? And as you can see, nothing really hardly changed. It's still the same. Noelle has been the best progressive fighter for a whole month straight. I don't know what the power creep people are talking about. I really don't know. I mean, I can see it, but it is not as, like, I understand the power creep, but I just don't, it's just over exaggerated to a certain extent, you know? Since I came back, I've been using the same thing. I've been using the same unit since I came back, you know, to this day, solo and everything. And I'm stuttering again. Let me slow down, like my teacher said. And another thing is that, is power cut in the game really that bad? Because wouldn't that defeat the purpose of any other tower defense game that drops new units? If your units from release are as equal or better than the units that came out 10 updates ago, is there really a reason to get those new units? Eventually, power creep has to come into a tower defense game, because then there would be no point of developers dropping new units if your units from release are still better than those, you know what I'm saying? So eventually, power creep has to happen. But to honestly give my honest opinion on Anime Last Stand as of right now, the game could be quite repetitive, right? The updates have been repetitive. There hasn't been any type of innovation within the updates at all. It's kind of been like a rinse, wash, and repeat, and that's fine, because that's what Anime Last Stand is. Anime Last Stand isn't trying to be different, you know? And that is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They're doing good. You guys see the player count. Everyone loves the content. Even myself enjoy the content. I don't know what's been going on. You know, every 2 days I'm farming survival, dungeons, boss raids. What else is there? Infinites. I'm doing tournaments. I'm doing it all, bro. Breaches and all. Like every shop resets every 2 days. So easily you're getting about 1,100 rerolls and like 60 pearls just by playing the game. Legit. Not even macroing. This is just playing the game, right? Around there. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's around there. But if I were to recommend a tower defense game to anybody as their first, it will most definitely be Anime Last Stand. It's beginner friendly. It's really easy to do. I know there are other games that are beginner friendly. I'm not down in those games. But just the way the Anime Last Stand is designed, if you want your friend to enjoy, not feel like they have to like be pressured to spend money to catch up, or you just want them to have fun, you know, then I would suggest Anime Last Stand. Now, as they get used to an anime tower defense game, then I'd be like, all right, since you got used to ALS, go play Vanguards, you know, Go play Enemy World Tower Defense. Go play Enemy Power Defense. You know what I'm saying? So they can see how different these games are. Because really, on a surface level, they're all the same game, but really, they're all not the same game. If you get what I'm trying to say with that. And I just lost my train of thought. What else was I gonna talk about Anime Last Stand? My honest opinion on it. I just like the way Anime Last Stand is designed. It's simple. It's easy. Everything. Basically, you're being held most of the time. I really do appreciate that they have modifiers. Modifiers and 3xp are really what make Anime Last Stand fun, in my opinion, because being able to do, when you're farming, being able to farm the hardest difficulty back to back to back, it just makes grinding a whole lot easier. Like, I remember the most I've done in one day was evolve like 8 to 10 units, and I still had plenty of resources left over. You know, everything is, you know, good to come by. As a returning player, the community actually came open me, like they had their arms open. You know, they helped me out. They gave me helpful tips. It felt nice. You know, it really did. And I just like how you're able to trade evolution pieces or gifts your friends, this and that. Like, hey, I need help. You know, evolve my Ichigo. Okay, you know, I can give you so and so you don't have to grind for it. You know what I'm saying? It just makes the game a whole lot better. The way Anime Last Stand is designed doesn't need to be changed. Is it repetitive? Yes, but it works only for Anime Last Stand. And I feel like it only does that because there's a perfect balance between pay to win and free to play players. Now, the bundles themselves, they're worth it, right? For $10, you're getting a lot. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, if the developers are ever watching this, I just want to say you guys are doing a fantastic job since I came back. I've enjoyed every single update. If I have to say anything, I would say the only thing I hate about this update in general, the summer update, is that why are the treasure chests so hard to get? Why are the tasks so tedious, so repetitive, and I'm only getting it a little bit by bit? Since I didn't play last summer, I have to actually grind those quests out in order to evolve Sid, Doflamingo, Law, Nami, Ursa, and so, right? So I actually have to farm and do those tedious tasks before I can actually enjoy the update itself. So hopefully they can have it to where we can also obtain some type of treasure chest while playing other stages and stuff, because that would be nice to have. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints for this update. Now, hearing that Anime Last Stand is going on a bi-weekly schedule, I don't know if it's gonna happen next update or the update before that, but one thing I would say is that please reset tournaments weekly as well still, because I love those rerolls. I love the rewards we get. Anime Last Stand going bi-weekly is really healthy, because not only that, if you're a new player, you have access to so many things. Even the AFK chamber will give you so much, you will be surprised. Anime Last Stand switching to bi-weekly will most definitely help a lot. The quality would get better. The updates would be a whole lot better. Especially like just everything, you know. I feel like the first bi-weekly update might come with PvP, and then, yeah, I can see it touching 100k TCU. I think the summer event peaked at 89,000, you know, and they're getting closer and closer. But Anime Last Stand is going to touch 100k again. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna try to post every day starting today. We got a couple videos already planned out, but yeah, thank you.